Hey guys, so it's Dr. Steen here, and I hope everybody is doing okay. So what we need to talk about in this video is what our plan for transitioning to an online teaching format is going to look like. And so what's in front of you is the syllabus, and you may want to pull out your syllabus. You may just want to watch what I'm doing. This is going to be a modified version of our syllabus, and when I finish making this video, I'm going to upload this modified version of the syllabus onto Blackboard so you can print it out and keep it. Okay, so let's start walking through this. So most of this is pretty much the same until we get to the lecture schedule of topics. Okay, so this is the regular lecture schedule of topics. What's in gray is the material we've already covered, like the dates that are in the past. What's highlighted blue is the area that we're in. It's the current second week of spring break, and then week 11 and 12 are the 2 weeks where we know we're going to be in this online teaching format. And then the area in white is the rest of the semester that is a bit of an unknown. We may go back to face-to-face teaching, or we may just continue in this online format for the rest of the semester. So what I've done is just planned as if we're going to be in this online format for the rest of the semester, and that's kind of what I want to show you. Okay, so this is the old lecture schedule. If we scroll to the next page, this is the modified lecture schedule. Okay, so again, gray is in the past. Blue is the time, this week and the next 2 weeks when we're going to be in the online format. White is a bit of an unknown at the moment. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're currently in week 10, and so obviously there's no class because it's the second week of spring break, and this is when we are going to transition to online format. Okay, so what can you expect this week? Well, I had mentioned in my email that I was going to upload videos, your lectures, so on and so forth to YouTube, which is, you're looking at the video right now. So this video update on online transition and quiz information, that's what we're doing this week. That is the video you are currently watching, and that's our goal, is to get through the information in this video, okay? Moving forward into next week, what can we expect? Well, we are going to continue with the lecture quizzes. In fact, at noon today, your first lecture quiz in Blackboard, lecture quiz number 8, will be activated, and it will stay active until 8:50 next Monday, March 23rd. That's when it will deactivate. I'm going to keep the format of the lecture quizzes exactly the same. They're either going to be fill in the blank or true false, and they will cover the material presented during the previous week. So the material that we covered the week before spring break, it was the slides in Chapter 6. All except for the last 2 slides in Chapter 6. That's what's fair game for Lecture Quiz 8. Okay? So we've got Lecture Quiz 8. And then the beginning of next week, I'll upload 2 videos. The first one will be the last 2 slides in Chapter 6. And I'll upload a video on Chapter 8, which was called Joints. Okay, so it'll be your responsibility to watch those videos, and then the slides in those videos are what you will study for Lecture Quiz 9 that everybody will take March 30th. Now, this lecture quiz will only be active from 8 to 8:05 a.m., which is a period of time when everybody is supposed to be in room 327 and should be free, okay? So you've only got that 5-minute window, and you'll be studying the slides from last 2 slides of Chapter 6 and the slides in Chapter 8, okay? Then week 12, I may do this in multiple videos because there's a lot of information in Chapter 9, but basically all the Chapter 9 information, muscles and muscle tissue, will be uploaded to YouTube, and it will be your responsibility, week 12, to watch those videos related to muscles and muscle tissue. Those slides will be fair game for Lecture Quiz 10 on April 6th. And again, let's just go ahead and assume that we're not going to return to a face-to-face format. That lecture quiz would be active from 8 to 8:05 on April the 6th, so on and so forth, okay? And we will continue in that manner. Exam 3, I've got it scheduled now for April 10th. Again, would love to give you that exam in paper format, but most likely it's going to end up being an electronic format, and I've never given an exam electronically before, so I'm going to have to figure that out, and then I'll make another one of these little update videos if I need to give you additional information about that exam so that you know what's happening, okay? So that'll get us through the next, 2.5 weeks, and then we will kind of like revisit at that time what the situation for teaching is going to look like moving forward, okay? I did want to mention, since you're going to take your quizzes in Blackboard, you'll have true, false, and fill-in-the-blank questions. The fill-in-the-blank questions must be spelled perfectly, or Blackboard will mark them wrong, because a machine is going to be grading your answers. So make sure that when you type in an answer for a fill-in-the-blank that you spell it correctly, otherwise it will be marked wrong moving forward. So be mindful of that, okay? All right, so that's the lecture quiz and lecture material. Let's look at the lab situation. So I did something similar, right? Here's the old lab schedule. Gray is what we've already done. Blue is the situation we're currently dealing with. Red or white is a bit of an unknown. Okay, so here's the old schedule. Like, for example, this week we were supposed to do the skeletal system, specifically the appendicular skeleton in exercise 10. You were supposed to have entrance and exit quizzes, but that's not happening. Okay, so here's the modified version, and if we look, we still have the gray, which is what we've done. Blue is what we're working with. Okay, so March 17th, that is the date of lab for Section 2 and Section 3. Section 4, just be mindful that, your dates over here really should be March 26th instead of the 24th. Instead of March 31st, it would be April the 2nd for you. So just kind of disregard those dates if you're Section 4, okay? All right, so obviously, second week of spring break, not doing anything. There's no quizzes, nothing is due this week. When we resume online format teaching, March 24th, that lab, you're going to be doing the appendicular skeleton, that's exercise 10, and you will have an entrance and exit quiz, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. March 31st is going to be the muscular system, that's exercise 13. Again, you will have an entrance and exit quiz, okay? What we are going to cut out is PhysioX. See, PhysioX was supposed to happen. That lab is not happening, and we're not bringing it back. We're just going to have to cut that one out, okay? Then April 7th, we would be able to pick up with the nervous system and move forward. Okay, so the appendicular skeleton and the muscular system, two pretty straightforward labs. You guys have the lab instructions. For exercise 10 in your lab instructions, it tells you all the bones and bone markings you're responsible for knowing, and you've got your lab manuals, right? So you're looking at the bones there. And then exercise 13 is the muscles. Again, exercise 13 in the lab instructions, I wrote out every single muscle you were responsible for knowing. So you really want to lean heavily on your lab instructions, and then you're going to let me know if you've got any questions, okay? And let's just focus on getting through those next couple of weeks. And then if we find ourselves again in April still dealing with this online format, then that might be a good time to do another update video and just kind of check in and make sure, that we're all on the same path moving forward, okay? All right, so what I want to do is talk about the entrance and exit quizzes. When exactly are those going to happen? So if we scroll down to the next page, and again, just a reminder, this modified syllabus will be on Blackboard, so you shouldn't feel like you have to copy this down, okay? It's on Blackboard for you if you want to print it out, okay? All right, so here's the lab quiz information. So you guys know there are 3 sections. Section 2 you're the Tuesday morning lab from 9:25 to 12:05, okay? When will you take your entrance quizzes? Your entrance quizzes will be active on Blackboard from 9:25 to 9:30 a.m. You will have 5 minutes to take that quiz. Okay, so next week, the quiz will go live, become active, and you have 5 minutes to take the quiz. What are you studying? You are studying the axial skeleton, way back here, okay? And remember, I said, there won't be any bone markings on the quizzes until we get to Practical 2. I told all 3 sections that. That's still true. Okay, so you're going back and you're studying exercise 9 for your entrance quiz, and that's true for section 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then the exit quiz will be on the appendicular skeleton. That is exercise 10. Section 2, you will take your exit quiz between 12 and 12:05. So that's the last 5 minutes of your scheduled lab period. Again, so you shouldn't be busy during that time, and that'll give you the maximum amount of time to study for the exit quiz. Okay. Section 3, you're my Tuesday afternoon lab from 1:40 to 4:20. Again, your entrance quiz, first 5 minutes of the scheduled lab time, which is 1:40 to 1:45. Your exit quiz will be during the last 5 minutes of the scheduled lab time, which is 4:15 to 4:20. And then section 4, your my Thursday morning lab, 9:25 to 12:05. Your entrance quiz will be 9:25 to 9:30 a.m. Again, that's March 26th for you, okay? And then your exit quiz will be 12 to 12:05. And again, note the dates, okay? All right, so where do you go to take these lecture quizzes and entrance quizzes and exit quizzes? You go to Blackboard. So here's a screenshot, and it's kind of small, okay, but for our purposes, this little small picture will work. So you go to the home page for our particular course, and then over here on the left-hand side, you're used to going over here to course documents to get the lab instructions and the PowerPoint lectures. Well, underneath course documents, whether you can read it or not, there's a new little tab I put up on all 3 sections. So this looks the same for everybody, called quizzes. And right now, which it's like 10 in the morning on Tuesday, if I clicked on quizzes, there would be nothing there. But at noon today, Tuesday, March 17th, lecture quiz 8 will activate. And so when you click on quizzes, everybody, all 3 sections will see lecture quiz 8, and then you can click on the quiz, and then you can take it, okay? And it will stay active all through the week, all through the weekend, and it'll deactivate at 8:50 a.m. next Monday, so there's plenty of time to kind of, figure out the whole quiz thing and make sure you know how to do that moving forward, okay? All right, so what are our goals for this week? So number 1, make sure you have access to the internet at scheduled quiz times, okay? And by access to the internet, I mean like you may actually want to be at a laptop or a desktop. I don't know if you can successfully take a quiz with a cell phone. Maybe you can, but I don't know. 2, make sure you can access YouTube. The fact that you're watching this video means that somehow you were successful with YouTube. But I would also encourage you to sign up for an account and log in. Individuals who are logged in to YouTube can leave comments or questions in the comments section below each video. If you are currently logged in to YouTube watching this video, if you look below the video, there's a comments section. You can post any questions you have about this material in that comments section, and I will monitor the comments section and I will type in a response to any questions that are posted. And that's a good way to kind of get all the questions answered, because if you have a question, remember I've said before, like half the class has that same question, and this is a good way for everybody to see questions and comments and get all that information out there, okay? Number 3, at some point take the lecture quiz. So again, it'll activate today, Tuesday, March 17th at 12 p.m., which is noon, and it will stay active until Monday, March 23rd, next Monday at 8:50 a.m. Once you start the quiz, you can take as much time as you want to complete it. That quiz is not timed, okay? But you can only take the quiz once. So if you're not successful with it the first time, you can't come back tomorrow or the next day and take it again. So when you're ready, take it, and you need to take it seriously the first time, okay? Couple of notes down here. I don't know when I will be able to return exam 2 and practical 1. If it doesn't look like we'll be able to meet face to face, I'll post the professor's key on Blackboard so that everyone has the correct answers to study for the final exam. Okay. Number 2, the official withdrawal date is March 31st. So if you're not doing as well in this class as you'd hope, you can take a W on your transcript, which does not impact your GPA. However, students still enrolled in class as of April 1st will receive the grade earned on their transcript. And keep in mind, we're doing this online format for the next couple of weeks, but we may very well have to do it the entire semester. And if that doesn't seem like a format that you feel very comfortable with, or you're going to be able to be successful with, you may want to take that into consideration, okay, when you're deciding whether or not to stay enrolled in a particular class. And then again, as I've mentioned before, if you have any questions about the material covered in this video, about how we're going to move forward, at least for the next couple of weeks, please leave the comments, please leave that question posted in the comments section below, and then I will type in a response so that everybody can see the answer, okay? All right, guys, I think that covers all of the immediate stuff. Again, I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.